G'day punters, BLACKBOOKERS from Sandown Hillside, Feb 4th. A really on-pace suited day it was on Saturday. Soft the track, rail out. That's just how it played. So we're going to adjust to that as we move forward. We're going to focus on rewarding and trying to find horses that settled worse in midfield but got through the line really well. And they're at stages of their preps where we think they can take that form forward and win races for us. The first horse we're going to talk about is the winner of the last race, Glory Days. It was second start in Australia. It went from a 1,400 metre race at Warrnambool, jumped to 1,700 metres, given an absolute peach, but its work through the line was enormous. It's a very, very nice horse, an exciting horse to follow. I don't care if it gets up to 2,500 metres, not next start, probably 2,000 metres next start, but I think we can keep making money out of it. The next horse, Kiramar debuts just again, unusual culture, ran second in race 5. The market loved it. It was a big, not a big go, but a solid enough go. It was not suited by the way the race was run. I think the winner's smart. That was a bunch finish. I think it's the one to follow out of that race now. The next horse, pretty obvious, but I really think this horse is above average and will be winning wherever it goes next start, and that's Snapped. The winner rolled forward and led. Snap was second last. Its work through the line was enormous. This horse is airborne, and we can back it wherever it goes next start. We just pray to the gods we get a price. And the last horse we're going to put in has won third up its last 2 preparations. That's Hickok for the Noonan yard. I loved its work through the line. There was no intent tactically or in the market. I reckon wherever it goes next start, you're going to get a really good price to find out, and we can have a little bet each way. Have a great week.
Hey guys, Black Book again for the first week of February. We'll start on Kenzo on Friday night. There was a horse which I dismissed to my detriment called Bases Loaded in race 1 for Newgate and Gay and Adrian, who are flying at the moment. This horse looked heavy to me. They don't have to be fit to be fast is one of my mantras, and I ignored that, and this won well. I can only think it'll improve. I'd be a bit worried about it if it struck a heavy track, just the build of it, but up to 1,400, I think it's going to find a few lengths. So I'm not sure where it's going to get to, but it's definitely going to improve next start. And then on to Saturday. No price for saying half cabin, but I thought he can only improve with the run. I thought he will only improve going up in distance, and he looks in for a big spring. From the same camp, Godolphin, I think Andermatt. I'm not sure what happened last prep, but he paraded a lot better, and if he strikes a wet track, he could be winning. And Key Largo as well. It's a get back run on horse, but I think he's going better than people might think, and he might be worth following if you can find the right setup. Anyway, that's it for this week. Gamble responsibly. Thank you. Bye.
G'day punters, BLACKBOOKERS from Randwick on Saturday the 4th of Feb. Got five horses I'm going to put in. The first horse is Remarked, who was incredibly impressive first up. A new career PB, absolutely hooned home with 62 kilos. I think 1,200 metres would be his best trip. He'd never won over 1,000 metres leading into that race. So he looks like he's absolutely airborne and can be followed with confidence up in grade. The next horse we're going to talk about is Madeira Sunrise, who won the 2-year-old race. Increased the sectionals all the way through the last 600 metres. Good horses do that, especially on a Saturday. Very hard to figure out its ceiling, but you cannot knock the horse off what it did on Saturday. It's now 1 from 1. I think she's pretty smart, and you can follow her. The next horse is a bit of a myth, but what he did on Saturday you have to really respect, and that's Andermatt. There's a big return, carried weight. He was not suited with the race shape. He's got form now around Remark, Jigsaw, which is 2 of the best sprinting form lines right now that are present. Last prep, he got beaten by Nature Strip, and before that by Eduardo, where he started $3.80. So the market's telling you this horse is really, really good. That performance on Saturday says he's flying. I think you need to put him in your black book for sure. And then we've got 2 resumers who I think will get better as they get further, both 3-year-olds out of the good race 8. That's Brosnan, who was enormous and raced fastest last 200 metres. The further it goes, the better it's going to get. And the same story for Chris Waller's Osipenko, who was the second fastest last 200 metres of that race. The market I was very surprised how firm it was, given that it's probably going to get better the further it goes. huge return for that horse. It's going to be thereabouts in anything it wants to in the elite 3-year-old races this spring up in Trip. Bye for now.